Jerad Spencer, Flair Real Estate, making a tough video. Now, tough because I'm going to talk about insurance, and we're talking about flood insurance. Now, here's a tough thing. I'd like to have some people get on the phone or do an interview with me, but it's really hard because a lot of the insurance people don't want to accidentally say something wrong, or their national insurance provider doesn't allow them to say things publicly, kind of thing, or they're not allowed to speak for the company. It's just tough to get some of these questions answered in public because stuff changes so quick. But I'm going to give an example of me personally. So I've got flood insurance on my home. Now, fortunately, my home didn't flood for the most part. I had water underneath my home, but I had a deep freezer out back underneath my awning in a protected area. And that area is on a large slab, which is lower than my house. And water got to the deep freezer. It went kaput. Now, I had a lot of meat in there. A lot of meat. I buy section of a cow, and that lasts us for a long time. So I had a pretty good stockpile of, briskets and ribs and tons of ground meat and things that I eat, that my wife doesn't really like me having. But we had lots of stuff, and I lost it. And you guys know how much meat costs, especially nowadays. You buy it in bulk, you get a little bit better discount, but you have to have so much of it. And I lost it. And the freezer, kaput. If I file a flood claim on my home to recoup that, $1,200-$1,500 for the fridge and meat, whatever it is, however much, probably more than that, it's not much more. Then I have a flood claim attached to my home for the $1,500 I may get back because of the policy. And it's not worth filing a flood claim for that little bit. So I'm not going to file. But how many people out there and you may be out there contemplating on filing, you're going to have $1,000 deductible, and then are you going to get enough back after your deductible is paid to really recoup anything, versus I'm filing a flood claim on my house when my house really didn't flood? So those are things to think about. Now, there's a lot of other things out there with insurances that you need to talk with your provider. Go talk with them, sit down, find out your advantages, disadvantages, what coverages they have, what extra coverages you can do, and what's covered and what's not covered. Because I just found some stuff out today, and hopefully I can get some hard proof evidence on some paper that tells me of what these things are covered, and bring that to you. And hopefully I can find a person that is willing to go on camera and talk about some of the changes within flood policy, because I think a lot of the flood policies around here are handled by Rights Flood. I have to look at the name of that. I know it's a different underwriter, but we can find that. So my personal experience, such a small amount, I'm not going to file a flood claim on my house and have it attached to that house. What are you going to do? Guys, Jerad Spencer, Flair Real Estate, trying to find answers to questions that matter not only to me, but matter to you too. We're going to get through this.